David Frawley, an American Hindu scholar. Always a pleasure to have you here, sir. Pandit Satish Sharma is also joining us, an author and fellow Royal Asiatic Society. Ashwin Sanghi is joining us, an author. Dushyant Shridhar, a Vedic scholar of EQ, also G20. In fact, let me go across to the kind of questions that we are today, India as a world, as a population, have been wondering, because Dr. Frawley, you've been watching, and very keenly at that, watching the developments in Delhi. G20 was perhaps, it wouldn't be wrong to say, the most significant and one of the most influential international gatherings which has happened in India. How do you think Bharat has performed under Modi?
Bharat has performed extraordinarily under Prime Minister Modi. Bharat has entered into the world stage. Modi has entered into the center of relations with world leaders throughout all the countries. A new India is arising, and G20 is just the, you might say, the summit, the ultimate coming together of the forces that were put together over Modi's administration. Not only raising India globally, but raising India in India and raising India's culture and soft power in India with the wonderful renovations of temples like Kedarnath and Mahakal and Kashi Vishwanath and this global influence supporting. Prior to Modi, the cultural power of India was not given a lot of support overseas. Now it is highlighted. Now it is everywhere. Yoga, Vedanta, Ayurveda, Indian music and dance, Sanskrit, tourism, Himalayas, so many things is now out in the open, supported and honored by all, not just as influence, but also as inspiration for the world as a whole.
Well, that's very interesting. Let me take off from exactly where you have left and go across to Pandit Sharma. One of the things that Dr. Frawley has talked about is about raising India even for Indians. We are, of course, a population which has a colonial past. We have been subservient for quite a few centuries. For us to get out of what many have called this colonial hangover, to shun the colonial baggage, how important is it that today we embrace our heritage? Because there are also negative connotations that many have put to it. Is it nationalism or is it jingoism?
Dr. Frawley and Jai Shri Ram to everyone. I would summarize a response to your question as follows. We have seen the West, shall we say, being very generous with rhetoric, such as globalization, human rights, and everything else, but the reality has fallen dramatically short. What we have seen in G20 and under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi ji is, in fact, very little rhetoric, but a great deal of reality. The numbers of economic resurgence, the numbers associated with infrastructure expansion, the arrival of the Chandrayaan, these are all very...
All right, let's take you straight across to these live visuals that are coming in from the global leaders arriving at Rajghat. The Prime Minister is also there. This comes after the successful G20 summit yesterday after day one. Today as day two begins. We're seeing the visuals coming in from Rajghat. These are the live visuals coming in. All the world leaders will be arriving there shortly and will be paying homage to Bapu.